second lessons, all right? So first thing is a little bit anatomy, all right? Anatomy, last time we have show you we have the skeleton, muscular, digestion, and the nerve system, and the urine system, and the reproduction system. All these systems we have to learn each by each, right? This is still the skeleton system, all right? In the skeleton system, we have first thing we have the head, we have the spine, and this is most important. Why? Because this carries a nervous system, and the nervous system is our boss. It's like it's control almost everything and aware everything. All right, that's the nervous system does. But the nervous system is very vulnerable. They have to be inside of the bone. You cannot touch them. You cannot squeeze them. Otherwise, it's like jelly things. All right, will cause pain or anything. Okay, so for the skeleton system, and the head and the spine is most important part. And the head, of course, is a solid bone, and the scalp is like a steel. All right, you couldn't touch, you couldn't broken it easily. All right, it's but of course you can broken it with other things. And then the most important part is the spine, because spine is movable, and the head is not movable. All right, our scalp is moved by the neck. All right, moved by the neck, and there are 24 vertebrae, 7 neck, 12 thorax, and 5 lower back. And the lower back linked with the sacrum. They are solid as well. They are fused together. They should be in the spine. They carry 13 of the spinal cord, only to the tails, and then come out from front, this 8 of the whole, and also come out back to control the back of the skin, everything, okay? And then the tailbone. Tailbone don't carry anything. It's only should be solid as well, because human being is like shrinked already, have no function at all. And then these 24 vertebrae, but they have 50 facet joints or 50 joints. The first one is carry the head, this is called the atlas. This is called occipital. So atlo-occipital joint. All right, this joint move like this, and this joint is like can be moved, and then like this way they can set on the nerves. So we have to push up, make all the muscle from head to the first vertebra, and then stretched. Otherwise, this muscle be squeezed. And then when they've been squeezed, they cause inflammation. And at the same time, the nerves and arteries behind it will have inflammation. Second one thing, they are the atlas and the axis. This is called axis because they have a tooth. All right, tooth here. Okay. So atlas and axis. So they have the joint slightly bigger, but this joint is doing the turning. See, no. All right, like we have no. No, that's this joint is moving. So this joint only move wrong. That way, okay. Yeah, move wrong. And they are very flat and no disc in the front to support it. So these two joints are very crucial because the cartilage between, they can be rubbed off and that make the joint shrink. When the joint shrink, the between the space for the nerves and arteries will be occupied by the narrow joint and the inflammation. Okay, so and then rest of them, they all have a disc first. All right, you have 2 and 3 disc, and this one disc is like this big. It's like more than 10 square centimeters, and this one is almost like 1.2 or 2 square centimeter. Like this, all right? So this is much bigger. But because the body carry more weight here, lower back, rather than your shoulder area, all right? Head, neck, shoulder area. So they have to be big. At the beginning, the weight set on the joint. They set on the joint. And then halfway set on the joint. Can you see? It's like this way. And then the carry little bit by the disc, little bit by the joint, little bit of disc. So this joint carry weight and also the disc carry the weight. So that's why this joint is quite like less problem with the disc, because the joint still carries some weight. All right. Also, the top head is lighter than the back. But here, if you look at the joint, these are vertical, right?
Yeah.
So they are not like a cross, right? And they almost don't carry weight. You see, when the weight comes, they shrink, right? And where the weight went to the disc. So normally, easily, the disc prolapsed. But the thing is, only when the joint over tight, then the disc have more pressure. Right? If the joint is relaxed, of course, there's a ligament tendon, all right? Especially joint, they have the ligament hold the joint, not let it over shrink. They only can reach here.
Yeah.
They cannot over joint like this. If over joint like that, it will be cause the disc pressure. When the disc have too much pressure, plus our awkward movement, lack of treatment, lack of exercise, all this muscle becomes solid. Then they give the weight to the disc, let the disc come out, press on the nerves. That causes the whole entire half-body problem. And this part, neck area, causes the top, which like above your belly button problem, right? Because these nerves either going to the head, going to ear, going to the nose, either going to the face, or going to the throat, or going to the shoulder, going to the arms, fingers, all right? And some cranial nerves from inside, from head, they will come out from this front hole, and then follow the neck, going to your stomach, heart, what you call the lung, and the other organ, liver,